Hello, welcome to my 1v1 series versus ZERI on Twitch. In this series, if you're new, I will be 1v1ing every single champion, currently 1v1ing ZERI. I've done some in the past, feel free to check them out and let me know what champion you want to see next in the next video in the comment section below. Other than that, please like, subscribe video, give me 3 million subscribers until the end of the year. Don't really have anything else to add. As per usual, the rules are the same. They have been changed slightly for ZERI, as she's allowed to move, because we did find it a bit inefficient for her if she didn't, in terms of passive getting back. So yeah, let's just see who wins. And in this one, we actually have a few interesting examples following up from the past video and also answering some questions and things that were asked in the previous ones too. So let's get started. And for the first level 1, I have an example here to add for context. I did in my past video, Kaiser versus Twitch. There was one where Kaiser ended up dying, and one where Kaiser ended up killing me, but also dying. So just to add that, the reason why I think this is, and we're going to show this now in the first level 1, we have 2 level 1s to show here. Actually 3 if you want to count these 2 scenarios as 1. Is the third one, she's allowed to move. But for the first ones, we have her standing at range, and then her standing in melee. And then we can compare the HP and see the difference there. Just a little interesting thing to see. So let's do that. And we are doing. So here you can see just a slight difference of like damage taken, done, etc. depending on the range. And I mean, I didn't exactly study these clips exactly, like if ZERI did one more like additional passive auto attack or not. But you can see there's like a slight difference at the end with about 10 HP. And that is of course something that could have happened in the Kaiser clip too. So range matters. Now we're getting to the level 1 1v1 where ZERI is allowed to move when auto-attacking. And again, you can see that makes a difference too. And you can go back and compare the HP when she wasn't moving and when she was moving to see the difference. But again, like all the other clips, Twitch wins. 1-0 to Twitch suckers! So yeah, on a real note here, some of the other ones did actually surprise me, and we'll get to those. But before that, I've had another question, which I want to address in this video too. And that is, it would be nice if you added ways of countering these champions, or like how to beat them. And that is something we're going to do in this video too. So let's do that. My primary focus with these videos is of course showcasing all-in examples. And something that is good to have in mind when you're doing an all-in is your cooldowns and enemies' cooldowns. And this is something I learned the hard way back in the day when I was doing my Velia top era versus Garen, a champion that is very hard to trade versus early. And the reason is simple. Is E. The second I engage on him on Aurelia, early levels on equal items, he will press E and the trade will be favored to him. As you can see here. So the solution is simple, right? Versus Garen. You either have to just try and leave the E to make it go on cooldown or wait for him to use it. Just like I'll show you here, and you'll see the damage difference of Garen. And I know Garen's not an ADC, and I know that Aurelia's not an ADC, but the concept will always be the same. These videos primarily focus on all-in examples, so of course that is what we'll focus on. Their cooldowns, making sure they're down if you know you lose versus them, or otherwise maybe you can beat them, right? Which is something this video will also show. So again, just going over this example, showing Kog'Maw, right? Like W is a big part of his cooldown, Kaiser, W is a big part of her cooldown. If they are down, you know you can maybe win, right? Caitlyn trap, like of course I'll emphasize certain things and maybe bring in niche small things they can do to just win the like thing overall. But again, like supports matter a lot. So again, there are too many like things to add if I want to cover that. So primarily I just want to focus on what abilities hurt the most, do the most, and if you win with or without, right? Which is what my videos will show primarily because I'm allowing them to use all of the spells. And you have champions that have greater range. As an example, you can have Ashe versus Sivir, and Ashe can outrange Sivir, but also slower. So like you have a lot of cool toolkits that will allow you to do certain things. But again, just showing the W example here, I baited out the W of Kog'Maw, right there. It even took some damage. Now I know it's going to go down. The second it's down, I go in, right? And then we win. I get away. And that is what you have to do. Just let them run out. And then you win, right? Like, if there's an ability that you know you're not going to win against, just have them use it. Or wait until later. Like, in later stages of the game, Twitch will be able to all-in level 6. Most likely, we haven't tested that, but in my previous experiences, it's worked out fine. But of course, supports can make a difference there too. But again, there's breakpoints, right? Like, Rebellion can be Garen at certain points, maybe, right? Like, at least that was how it was for me back in the day. Like, I'd have to just scale and suffer now, being able to kill him early because his E and trading was just too strong on the base level. So yeah, that is my tip. If you see these videos, watch them, you know the certain abilities dealing X amount of damage or being a threat, then just try and avoid them, right? Anyways, we've only got to level 1, so let's take level 2 and just continue going and get through this ASAP. And as for the level 2, Twitch wins again. Soccer! And I don't really have anything to add here, other than I'm looking forward to level 3. Although I already know what's going to happen. You don't. So let's get to that one. And this is where it gets kind of interesting, right? And for the most part, if you're looking to do an all-in, you want to put 2 points into E. However, here for the video's sake, I'm putting a point into each. And it becomes even. And if that is due to the fact that I have W and it's slowing her, allowing her to stack as passive, or the fact that my E is not doing enough damage as it could be doing, if I had another point, I would obviously do more. That is something we could, of course, test too. But again, it's just nice to see. So let's get to level 4. And at level 4, we're allowed to buy items, where both of us are opting for a pickaxe each. And at this point, I really did think that Twitch would come ahead very strongly, because of his AD scaling on his E. Whether that is the case, we will see. That kind of rhymes. Easy. Easy. Alright, let's go. And watching this one, in the beginning, it's kind of looking good for Twitch. I'm making sure to get my E off. The damage is looking good by it. But then ZERI just slams. And she lives. But then she dies, right? It's very close. So again, just thinking about cooldowns the champions has. ZERI has 3 actually. She has a W, E, and also a Q kind of. Because her Q is a skill short attack. So again, thinking of what abilities can be dodged, her auto attack is 1. So against ZERI, like, all I would have needed to do here is probably dodge 1 or 2 auto attacks at best to win. So that should be your primary focus. But alright, let's get to level 5 and see if the odds worsen or betters for Twitch. Because again, even if I win or lose these fights here, that does not mean that you will win or lose the fights in the game. And again, we have the same scenario. Ace. So for the level 6, as per usual, 2k gold. LOL. A little bit of live reaction. 2k gold in both, roughly, right? So ZERI has boots and pickaxe, which is slightly more than I have. I had pickaxe and lamp though. So let's see how it goes. And I win this, right? Even though I spent less money. And that is important to know. Because I don't have the need to test with any of our items then. I know people say you should have bought this, buy that, you don't have the same items, not true v1v1. But this is meant to represent actual games, like when we have X spikes, right? Like champions have roughly the same items throughout the game, some champions might have slightly more, right? So that's what this is about. Just checking if at what point, and if you can beat them, then if it works or not, right? So again, this is ZERI. Feel free to let me know what champion you want to see next in the comment section below. Hope you guys appreciated this video. And I hope that you also continue to have good money and not too much shit like that. So yeah, take care. Peace.